everybody, how are you? Really nice to greet you all on this Wednesday morning, which is so hot. I just did exercise on Instagram and I'm like, please somebody go. In fact, let me just, I gotta close the door because this is one room in the house that's colder, but I was downstairs and I was like, please Natalie, no more. So if you don't follow us yet, we're a great group of women around the world. We exercise Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But on Instagram. But it is, you know, when I was like thinking, oh, let's just give up because Nat's Wi-Fi had gone for a second. And they were like, no, Trinny, let's keep going. You can't say no to women who are on it, can you? You just can't say no to them. They're the ones that lift you up and keep you going. And this morning, they all kept me going. If any of you are joining us now live, thank you for keeping me going. So we're going to do skincare Q&A, but I thought, and I know that there's some ladies in Melbourne who are going to be like, that's not for me. But in England, we are experiencing a hot Australian summer. And it's like going to be 93 degrees again today. And we're not good. You know, you as a country in Australia, you're brilliant at heat because you kind of live on predominantly a desert. But, you know, I mean, Melbourne probably... I've been in Melbourne, it's been very rainy a lot, but anyway, you know what I mean? You're used to heat more than us. In America, probably, I don't know, used to heat more than us. We're not good. If it's too hot, too cold, we're like, oh dear. We're like, yes, beaches. Let everyone ignore COVID and be this close to each other, which I look at these beach shots in England of thousands of people on the beach like this, practicing social distancing inches, not meters. And I just think, Jesus Christ. So I thought today I might do a whole load of mists because when I was working out today, this is such a great trick. I just did a spritz. I've got 20 of them here, but I did Josh Rosebrook, which has aloe vera, so it's hydrating. I love this one. And then I had the fan on, and so it gives you that really nice cold skin, fanned skin. It's a very good combination. So I'm going to talk to you about that. Good morning. I just think good morning to everybody. Margie, Mary, Trish, Sina from Australia, Jane, good morning. Kate, good morning. Philomena, good morning. Fiona, good morning. Roseanne, good morning. Lisa, good morning. Olga, Karen, Joanna, Sharon, Diana, Berta, Salma, Shannon, Uzma, Chelsea Ann Parry, Gloriana, Geordie, Abby, Anne with an E, Lydia, Alison, Lorna, Tracy, Charlotte, Louise, Bridget, Alex, Amber. And now I've got to take a breath. So tell me, I want to just talk, and I'm really sorry if this doesn't apply to you at the moment, but it will apply to you at some stage, that when it's really hot, should we change our skincare routine? And that's where, for me, the joy of serums really comes in because, you know, I did moisturisers, Fab 4 moisturisers last week, and you all, you know, lots of people always want to say, what's a great moisturiser? It's like a most commonly asked question, actually. But serums are the things that generally in your skincare routine should contain the most active ingredients. And that's the action step of a skincare routine. So, you know, the first steps are all to prepare your skin for the absorption of those serums. And the next step is to protect your skin and act as a barrier against the outside world. So those are the ones doing the work. They're the soldiers. And they're the ones where really you should be spending the most money. And there are some that work brilliantly. So I want you to say what you're currently using, and I'm going to tell you what I honestly feel about the formula. Because quite a lot of these, I sort of, you know, read formula lists quite avidly, and I'll tell you if I think there's a difference in ingredients. You can have functional levels of ingredients, which gives permission for somebody to say, I have this in it. And you have active levels of ingredients. And active levels of ingredients have to be above a certain percentage to be able to be active. And they're the ones who will appear at the top of a list. But as soon as something is under 1%, it can appear anywhere really on that list after the most active ingredients. So when you read an ingredients list, it won't always tell you top to bottom, most powerful, least put in. But the biggest proponent of many products is oil or water or some kind of hydration. Active ingredients generally are, you know, they can be between sort of 5 and, you know, when a vitamin C says it's 33% L-absorbic acid, it probably is, but it depends if that L-absorbic acid is in its most raw form or it's already been stabilized and then it's actually oddly already diluted. So the behind the scenes in skincare is kind of complicated, and I hate to bring complications. So I think the easiest thing is that you tell me what you think your biggest concern is and what serum you think you're using to deal with it. And I will tell you if I think you're doing the right thing. Does that sound good? Does that sound right? So I just want to hear, like, my biggest concern is I hate my uneven skin tone pigmentation, and I'm using this vitamin C from wherever. Okay, but the serum that you hold on to, and I will share with you mine and what I use, okay? And whilst you're all thinking about that, all right, but I need you, so Jackie, I need you to come back in, so you're using the Buffett Ordinary. I want to know what you think your biggest skin concern is, because it could be that you see a serum and you think, oh, lovely, great serum, I want that serum. But what's it doing for you? And is it matching what your concern is, or is it just lovely? Okay, there's differences between those two things. So I will do the spring waters whilst you all think about that, and I'm going to start with one that a lady has said, which is La Roche-Posay. They have the thermal spring water, which I love, but they also have the Toleriane Ultra 8. This is a really great mist if you have very sensitive skin, and it's in the tolerance range. So it's soothing, it's a hydrated concentrate. So it's got no alcohol in it. They shouldn't have bloody alcohol in them anyway, actually. The fact it says no alcohol, you're thinking, I would never want that on my skin. But basically it's glycerine, which is a hydrator. And then it's sodium chloride, which is also a hydrator. And citric acid. And that's it. I mean, pretty simple, hey? But when I look at sprays, I look at what's the spread. It's got a... It suddenly smells weird. I don't know if it's... I think it's been in the sun. It smells like dirty socks. Sorry about that. That was like very unexpected. Jesus Christ. Okay, but generally, La Roche-Posay is actually really good. Then we have, where should I go to next? Oh, I have a new one, which I really love. Where is it? This. I love this. I've had this in my handbag because this is going to resuscitate me. This is Affinity Organics, and I might have told some of you about an oil they did. And they do have amazing ingredients, but some of you love the oil and some of you found the oil smell a bit weird. I think they're changing the formula. But this is a toning serum with Neroli. It has Neroli, lavender, can't remember what else, but first of all, I love the spread. I love it. You get like a full face immediately, and it's really even droplets. And it's not with water, it's with, when you take essential oils and you distill them to make a fragrance, they go through this distiller, which gives the humidity that contains the droplet of the essential oil, and that's what they put inside. So it's not so drying, because some things that are just water can be a bit drying, but this is just like, I've had it in my handbag and I'm like, love, absolutely love it. It's just delicious. Affinity Organics, and it's Neroli toning spray. I think it's £18. It's great. And it seems to last. I mean, I'm using it all the time. So I'm just going to do 3 or 4 more, and then we'll get on to the serums, and we're going to talk about the serums, okay? So another one here. Whilst we're here, by the way, can I just say, one of my favorite brands for, I'm going to give you my 2 favorite hand sanitizers, if I got the other one here. No, I don't. Well, DermSafe, which I really like. This one, which I think I got... this. I got this one or this one at Victoria Health. This is like the strongest one. This is like really kind to your hands and soft, okay? But this smells the most delicious. So I've got 2 here. This is Purdy and Figg, British brand, female run. Love that, female founder. And this one is called Wild Woody. So they've actually added started fragrance, but it still has the right amount of alcohol in it. It's over 70% of alcohol to do it. But you put it on. The first one they brought out was like gin and tonic. But this, get rid of the alcohol whiff. It's such a beautiful smell. Such a beautiful smell. I love it. It's great. I mean, they're really lovely. And they have another one, Charlotte's Florals. I don't have it here. Oh, I do have it here. No, I don't have it here. Oh, hang on. God, I'm breeding them. This one, Charlotte's Florals. It literally smells like an English country garden. This is not for your face, ladies, for your hands, okay? Get the alcohol off. I mean, that is, I'm trying to think. It's definitely got rose geranium in it, but it's such a beautiful smell. Okay, other sprays I love. Tata Harper. Now, this is a spenny one, and people are such fans of Tata Harper. I personally think it's overpriced, but if you've got all the money in the world, they do a beautiful spray. It's sort of, you do feel you're slightly in India, in Delhi, on an early evening with a bit of jasmine in the background. It is quite hydrating. It's not as hydrating as Josh Rosebrook, actually. It's a hydration booster, they call it. It doesn't say the ingredients on the back, so I can't tell you. Oh, I was just about to do, hey, lavender and aloe vera deodorant, which I bought for Lila. I was going to say they do a lovely rose geranium spray, and I thought that was it. Immunicology, this I like. This is a active ionic mist, and what I like about it is it's sort of slightly volcanic. It's hard-hitting in its spray, and it smells like most of Immunicology, which is quite medicinal, but lovely. And none of these hurt your eyes in any way. The only one that hurts your eyes, which I don't have here, which really upsets me, is on Ritsikova, Hungarian water, because I spray it, and I think the Neroli is quite strong, and I get tingly eyes. So those are that, and then just other sprays whilst we're here. Two things which I really like. I've got to just mention these. I don't know if I mentioned them last week, Hannah. Hannah's here, by the way. Say hi to Hannah. Let's say you're in the room with somebody and they've left a bad energy. Okay, I don't know how woo-woo you are, but I'm sometimes a bit woo-woo. And I had the experience last week where somebody came that I was giving advice to, and it just, there was a weird energy after in the room. Just a weird energy. So I took, this is how weird I thought the energy was. I burnt some sage. Sasha, one of our makeup artists, gave me a birthday present box with some lovely stones and some sage. And I just put it away somewhere. And on, you know, when this has happened, and this is my space, this is my like personal space, and I'm really, it's where I get inspired and I get creative. I don't want anything to interrupt the energy in this room because it's a really good energy. So I took this and I burnt it around the room. I don't know if any of you know about, it used to be an old thing. You know, I did it whenever I'd gone to a new house, I burnt some sage. Just do it, you know, don't think about it, just do it. You know, I told Charles and he went, I don't want to know anything more. Men are like, are you kidding? Then another one, which I adore, Subtle Energies, which has the moisturizer I adore, is Aura Protection Body Mist. And this is actually not just kind of protection against weirdy things, but also clarity and focus. So just spray it around you, and it's the most beautiful smell. And it's not too sweet, but you just, it kind of wakes up your nostril. Love that. And then the other one, but this is more potent, is Beat the Blues Room Spray from Apothecary. Ilia Apothecary, sorry. And it helps to clear an atmosphere and create a peaceful and uplifting space. This does this with obviously different ingredients because it's much sweeter, but wonderful. So that's it, a bit of spraying, a little bit of spraying. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to look at your serums and I'm going to tell you if I think you're doing the right thing. And if I think you're doing the wrong thing, I'm going to hopefully give you an alternative. Does that work for you guys? I love it that you burn sage too, that it's not just me. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the top. Okay, all right, there's so many, sorry. But this is good, and you know what I'll try and do? Okay, there, I'm there. So you're using the Grown Alchemist Matte Balancing Moisturizer with a KC Berry and Borage, helps my oily skin. Sounds perfect. That's just a moisturizer though. What are you doing as a serum? You tried Neutrogena Gel Cream. I thought I'd hate it, and I'm not a fan of the brand, but it's great. That's just a gel cream. That's not going to be an active. Okay, Natalie Shaw, Beauty Pie Super Retinol. Natalie, I presume you're seeing the first stage of sort of a little bit of a wrinkle and you're thinking, I want something. So that to me works very well. Sorry, I'm just decided I want to put on some Shimmer. I think they do a great retinol, and I think the nice thing about Beauty Pie is that you can, you know, become a fan, become a subscriber, and then you're paying less for active ingredients. And the Super Retinol also has vitamin C in it, so I think it's a very nice product and a good starting point for retinol. It's not an end game. You got to go. You can up the ante slowly. Jane says, I got a great face mist, Tony Essence by Templewood Spa. That sounds lovely. Jackie, you're saying the Buffett ordering. What are you using it for? Do you have, I presume, slightly oily skin? You're waiting for your order. You order first like on 6th of August and you can't wait to receive your makeup. Rebian, lovely. Okay. Trinny, my 16-year-old son is troubled with acne in amongst his beard. What's the best product to tackle this? Acne amongst his beard. I think that's really about your, you know, hair growth, and the fact that it's about blocked pores caused by hairs that are turning round on themselves and going back in. So I don't know the answer to that one with a beard. I would say if anyone has ingrown hairs, then the more you exfoliate granularly your skin, the more you can get that ingrown hair to come back out before it starts drilling down and closing off your pore and creating a spot. But when you have a beard, I'm not sure about the ability to exfoliate that skin. So I've got to say, you flummox me, but if it is ingrown hairs, then things like clear skin won't help it. But when your pore is blocked, your sebaceous gland goes, you know, on overdrive, and you he's probably producing a bit of excess serum as well because he's 16 and he's hormonal. So you could consider two things, actually. I can't not give a solution. One is you can do clear skin, which is from Viridian, I think, and it's got in it zinc and burdock root. One will reduce inflammation and the other will help to sort of clean his system. And the other thing you could consider is some Time Out, which is a toning lotion with thyme in it, quite medicinal, but that might be quite good on his beard. Yeah, it might help. You can't beat Boots number 7. Which serum, Naomi, are you using? Boots number 7, that's very generic, and I'd say they're amazing. They have incredible chemist, Boots. So they brought out a new retinol now, and they really worked on that formula. It's very good. It's Retistar it's using, which is a great form of retinol. So they are good. You're confused by all the acids, Faye. I'd say, Faye, it's a step that goes in between your cleansing and your serum. What it's doing, really, an acid, is it's prepping your skin for serums. It's cleaning out your pores. So you might think a cleanser cleans out your pores. A cleanser gets rid of makeup, and it does, to an extent, clean your skin. And your skin should be clean of makeup before you go onto an acid. And what an acid is doing is it's doing what, in a way, granular exfoliation used to do for us. So when we used to kind of exfoliate our skin as an extra cleaning method, then a lot of people got into acids. And acids originally were called toners. Like Clinique's Step 3 toner is an acid toner. It had glycolic in it, or salicylic. I mean, it was quite a strong toner. And that's what an old-fashioned toner used to be called. And now, in a way, toners are out of fashion and they've become mists. And acids are really the new toners. That's the only way I can describe it to you. If you're a certain age where you used to cleanse, tone, and polish, it's now like cleanse, acid, and hydrate. Sorry. You love your Tret. Matt, I mean, we all love a tretinoin. That is really a medical grade retinol. And I think when you go onto medical grade retinol, you're wanting either to clear up an acne skin, scarring, or you've got the beginning of fine lines and wrinkles. And a lot of people just go straight to this kind of medical prescribed by their doctor, and it's stronger than what you'll get on the market. The thing is, generally, because the formula is very basic and it's a basic Retin-A formula, you're going to peel, and some people don't feel comfortable about that peeling in the resurfacing process of using a retinol. So if you use a retinol that's non-prescription, they will formulate it so perhaps it's weaker and you don't peel. So it will take longer to get where you want to get to, but the journey will be more pleasant. That's probably, unless you have really, I mean, Matt, you might have skin that like can take anything. I kind of can take anything, but not everyone can. So, but I think, you know, you've gone to the Tret, great. Wrinkles using Clarins. Melanie, that statement to me doesn't make sense. I'm just going to say, I don't know. I've got to think, what have I seen recently that I really think is a strong active ingredient from Clarins? I need to get some of their products in because I like a doctor's brand, or I like a brand that I feel I know the ingredients are really active. But if you've had a relationship with a big brand like a Clarins or a, you know, sort of big Boots brand, I would say, sold in Boots, you feel comfortable in that relationship. It's like a lovely coat. But are you prepared to dip your toe and explore just to up the ante and make it more active, the ingredients? But it could be you love your skin, it's in a great state, and Clarins is working for you. But that's what I would say on it. What do you think about the Ordinary's Buffett and Estee Lauder's Night Serum? I mean, Estee Lauder, the famous one in the brown bottle, Night Serum, is interesting stuff, and it's been around for a long time, and I would say it still is a very good formula. And some people just, not advanced light repair, some people just swear by it. They've used it for years and years and years. And they love it, so they wouldn't use it. Like Elizabeth Hurley, my mate, who does, you know, she works for the Estee Lauder group, but she has used that product every night for 20 years. She loves it. The Ordinary's Buffett is a fantastic serum, especially if you have a sort of mixed skin and you need something. I think it has a tiny bit of niacinamide in it, Buffett, but it's a really good serum just to kind of balance out the skin, and it is inexpensive. But it's probably just got 1 or 2 ingredients in it. And with the Ordinary, what you're getting is 1 or 2 ingredients. And the more you pay for a formula, generally, should be, unless they're really hoiking up their prices for the packaging, you're getting a few more ingredients inside. Satin, Linda's saying, Satin Natural Organic Vitamin C Serum. I like it. Lovely Satin. I've never heard of Satin Natural Organic, but it sounds like you're on an organic journey and you love that, Linda. So I don't know if you're not saying you love it, Linda. So I don't know if you would be ready for a journey into vitamin C that's a bit stronger. Best serum for firming and plumping the skin. Cassandra, I did some serums on Fab 4, and they really are general all-in-one serums. But if you want to plump your skin, I kind of need to know what kind of skin you have. There are some serums that sort of say youth serum, and you think, okay, that's like, should be plumping. But plumping ingredients can be something like hyaluronic acid, which will plump your skin to an extent as long as you put something on over it. And it could be some nice hydrators that just give some plumpness to the skin. So I would just say, if I'm thinking what plumps my skin, depends on your budget. Go to my Secret 7 on TrinnyLondon.com on the blog, and there I have 7 serums, all different prices, that plump the skin. Descarum C Vit in the morning, and Caudalie Vino Perfect. Caudalie Vino Perfect, brilliant. Tanya, I presume that you have a little bit of pigmentation or uneven skin tone because you're using 2 products that deliver the same thing. So you're giving that to your skin twice a day, which is nothing wrong with it at all. It's what you see as your priority. So the Caudalie Vino Perfect is a wonderful product based on grapes, as are all the things on that range, but it uses that acidity of the grape to slightly resurface your skin, and it's very good for light pigmentation relief. It works really well. So those are very nice products. Uneven skin tone, I use Clarins. Margaret, I think there might be better things for uneven skin tone than Clarins. I have to say that. I do think that you could consider something stronger. Even if you introduce, like, if you're on a budget, use the Ordinary Vitamin C 30%, and you might see a difference in your skin. You just got, Eleanor, the Sunday Riley Retinol Night Serum. That is great. I've been testing that because I did my Medicate and I finished it, and it was I couldn't go back for another bottle. It was just too expensive. So I'm doing the Sunday Riley now, and it's a wonderful retinol. Not autocorrect, that's how I won. But it's great, yeah, and I think it's using a couple of different types of retinol, so I think that's a very good product. Michelle, pigmentation, I have no idea what to use, please. Michelle, what the lady earlier was using, which is a vitamin C in the day and Vino Perfect at night, great for pigmentation. And there's lots of vitamin C's. Look at my Fab 4 vitamin C's, because I don't know what price point you are at. And also it would help me when you're leaving comments, because I just asked everyone, if you've just joined, what serum are you using and what do you think it's for? This is all about serums today. And also, you know, if you tell me the serum you're using, then I kind of have an understanding of the price point. You need to tell me what you're using it for. So, Michelle, I'd say that about pigmentation, if you feel you're in the budget of sort of cordially, then I think that's lovely, Vino Perfect. I think the ordinary vitamin C 30%, not the 23%, is great if you're on a budget. I think the Garden of Wisdom vitamin C is very good too. Daily use of vitamin C, like bang it, you know, especially in the summer right now. I use it morning and night when I'm not using retinol. I'm fully on it. Julia, sometimes my skin can feel itchy. Can it be the vitamin C? Julia, it can. It depends what else is in your routine. If you're using a bit of an acid, and when it's hot, like if I use a little acid and the weather is quite hot and I feel a little bit sweaty, the acid and my sweat, because my sweat, I think, makes my skin more acidic. I don't know, I'm just saying. I do. No chemical reason why I should feel that, but I do. And it, as a result, you know, can react with my Biologique Rechargé acidic toner, as can actually my current vitamin C I'm using, the Medicate one. So, yes, I think it can. Lancôme de Vie and vitamin C liquid peel from the Body Shop. I'm concerned about hydration, antioxidant, and fresh-looking skin. All right, Priyanka, vitamin C liquid peel from the Body Shop. I do not know. I've used a few of the Body Shop products. I think their natural aura is lovely, and I think that they are not the most active on the market at all. So if you want to up the ante and go more active, I would consider the Ordinary or Garden of Wisdom as one of those, or Inky List. And then you've got the Lancôme de Vie for that sort of nurturing moment. But that is a brand I would never go to for active skincare. I'm just being very frank. I think I wouldn't. I think Lancôme do beautiful packaging. They have the most tremendously beautiful makeup. They have some lovely hydrators, actually. They have lovely... I've been to many shoots where somebody has a Lancôme moisturizer and they put it on for as to prep my skin. Love it. Not really use their serums much. Hannah, you've just started using the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base with Extra Eye Repair Cream. My biggest issue is dry skin. Hannah, what you're doing is you're piling on a balm to deal with dry skin, and it could be that that won't help your dry skin, because your dry skin might be dehydration, so are you drinking enough water? But also it might be dead skin sitting on your skin, and in fact that moisturizer is just like letting it still sit there. So you do need, even though this might be against every thing in your being, you need to be exfoliating your skin in some way to resurface it, and then putting in some lovely plumpness and hydration. So are you doing that in your routine? If you're not, consider some kind of acid, maybe a mandelic malic acid, because your skin is dry but it's still going to resurface, and these are softer acids, and you can find them in things like you can find them in Biologique Recharge, you can find them in Julia Hunter, but that's an expensive peel. January Labs, I think, has it in, I think they have quite a soft daily toner. Pixie Tonic is lovely, but that's more for oily skin. Which other one is for dry skin? I'm trying to think, sorry, I'll have a think. But I would just consider taking out all this heavy moisturizer and putting in something to exfoliate your skin, and then putting the moisturizer back on. Tara, you have a very oily face and use niacinamide from Garden of Wisdom. Can you recommend a different one? I found it okay. There are many good niacinamides out there. I think one of the best ones is a Australian lady called Dr. Natasha Cook, and she based her whole range on niacinamide, on the vitamin B, and she has a serum in there which is brilliant for oily skin. So I think it ships to the UK. Dr. Natasha Cook, look her up. Mid to premium price point. But if you really feel that's your issue and you want to rebalance your skin, it could be just put your money in that serum. And otherwise, yeah, I would say the niacinamide from Garden of Wisdom is a nice level of niacinamide, but it's not strong. You could get La Roche-Posay, in fact, has something with niacinamide in it, which I think is stronger. Let me have a think. Carol, I'm using Clarins Double Serum. I have mature skin, large pores, and sensitive skin. It's a lovely serum, you know, it's nice, that double, you get two things, and when they go together, they become more active, and that's why they're in the double unit of the Clarins Pump. And you can, you know, the Clinique do a similar thing where you can kind of put the shot in. So I think it's lovely, but if you have large pores, what are you doing about them? And this is where probably an acid toner would help you with your large pores, if you want to reduce them. That's what acid toners do. So you might want to look out for one to add to your routine. Hi, Trinny, I'm using Fontaine V Golden Bliss Day Cream. I don't know it, Linda. I'm going to look it up now. I don't know it. Clarence Double Serum, your dry skin and fine lines. It's, you know, you're 31, dry skin and fine lines. You're still a babe, honey, Adrian. So I would say that's nice. You know, you haven't got overactive. You haven't got anything else. So stick with that, see how you go. And if you just feel you need stronger, then that's the time in which you might begin to introduce a retinol. If you feel fine lines are affecting you. If not, keep with that. Alia, Pigmentation and Acne Scars, Drunk Elephant Vitamin C Serum. I think that, Alia, it depends. It's not my favorite vitamin C. And the reason I say it is I find it very oily. And I don't like vitamin C's that are so oily. So I prefer Medic 8 vitamin C. It's 30%. It's stronger. Definitely. Probably a similar price. In fact, very similar price. And I think a better formulation. And I think you could use it, I'm going to suggest this to you, Alia, is that you could start to consider, are you doing any microneedling? And if you aren't, you might consider getting a sort of 0.2 microneedle and do gentle feathering microneedling. You can watch lots of my films on it. And then every other day with your vitamin C, if you microneedle, well, like microneedle once a week, and the day you microneedle, put on the vitamin C on top. It's quite strong to do this, but it's incredible to break down and see if your skin can take it. You've got to really very gently microneedle because you're creating channels there for the product to go deeper. So I think it could be interesting to see how your pigmentation might improve as a result, especially acne scarring, because microneedling on its own for acne scarring is really remarkable. I haven't got one up here. But what it does is, you know, we have this pitting and I have separated skin. When I get older, that acne scarring separates the skin. I did a CO2 laser when I was 36, but I still have a few bits. I had very bad pot mark skin. But microneedling does that on a level of just breaking down and sending this message down in your skin to your collagen saying, hey, wake up and do something to plump up my skin because I'm being attacked. So it does help scarring. Tolerance is great. Everything La Roche-Posay does is great for teens too. I agree, and Nora, it's brilliant. Amanda, your biggest concern are under eye circles and puffy eyes. I'm currently using caffeine eye cream from The Ordinary. Amanda, consider your diet as well. To consider how you're sleeping and your diet and your lymphatic drainage, because there's only, to me, so much an eye cream can do. I think ones that give hydration are lovely. Caffeine, yes, because it's actually a good ingredient that will actually kind of reduce some kind of inflammation. But also, if you sleep flat on your back, you have an opportunity for your lymphatic system not to drain and you can wake up with puffy eyes. If you eat dairy at night and you don't have a great dairy tolerance, you can wake up and be very puffy. If I eat ice cream at night, like I ate ice cream last night, I got a bit of puff, do you see? Don't always have that puff. So there are things you can do and things I think you should consider doing. So one of them is to do a kind of tool, and if you have time in the morning, just to actually do some massage on your skin. And when you're trying to get rid of puffiness here, just doing this won't help because all of this can be blocked. And so you have to start, like I always suggest, you start at your jawline, you go down to your clavicle, which is your collarbone. That's a release point for all the lymphs to go down and clear that channel. So you can do that 5 times on one side, 5 times on the other, but you've got to unblock this part of the face before that will unblock. So you can do that. You could do both hands together if you want to, or one. You can use a tool if you want to, like the Hey You, which I use, but you know, that helps you to gather all those lymphs and be a bit maybe softer on your skin. And then as you've done that bit, you can go here and you can release those nodules of the lymphatic system. So that's beginning the drainage process. So your skin will depuff. Then you can start here and just go on a meridian line. If you look under Hey You, they have a very good massage techniques on their site or on Instagram or Facebook. I think they probably have it. But this is all going to help drainage of the skin. Then you finally, after you've done that like 5 times, you get to here. You don't start there. And now it's ready to drain. And then you just lift, but you don't lift totally off the skin. Imagine you're literally going along a hose pipe and you're pressing with your foot and then gently going along and pressing with your foot. You do this a few times. That is going to help your puffy skin more, your puffy under eye more than any eye cream. You've really congested skin around your chin and jawline. Nothing seems to work. Lorna, there's lots of things to look at. There's diet, there's inflammation, there's sugar, there's how much water you drink, how much you're getting the toxins out your system, there's actual how well you're done stuff. So you've got to consider all of these issues, Lorna, and only you can ask these questions. So are you really cleansing your skin properly? Are you just taking off your makeup and then putting on a moisturizer? That's not cleaning your skin. Are you putting on an acid toner? You really need one. And I'd say Pixie Tonic, you could start with something like that. And are you taking anything, any supplements to help clear your skin? I suggested to somebody earlier, Clear Skin, which contains burdock root and zinc. Zinc will reduce inflammation and burdock root will help detoxify your liver. These are good internal things for you to do as well. So sugar, biggest inflamer. When your skin is congested, it's inflammation. The biggest thing that inflames skin is sugar. So, and cortisol release actually. So how stressed are you? That's cortisol release. Can you do things in your life to calm you? Can you get sugar out your life? And just for the active congestion, maybe sleep on a silk pillowcase because there's less chance of bacteria. It does work. My daughter used it. It really helps. So all of those things, Lorna, I would suggest to you to look at. And only you know what you're doing and what you're not. Maria, hyperpigmentation, Caudalie, Vino Perfect Toner and Serum, La Roche-Posay, Vitamin C and Niacinamide 10%. Maria, you're on a mission, you're sorted, and I love your routine. Lisa, awful menopausal acne, using Clinique anti-blemish routine, doesn't seem to be doing anything. Any help would be grateful. Lisa, darling, you got to get your hormones sorted. It's going to be about your hormones at this stage. And I think you need to look at, are you doing any supplementary care? I'm seeing Seymour to see if you are. Are you looking at your hormone levels? Have you had your hormones checked? I've done a lot of films on hormones. Do look at them on the site, TrinnyLondon.com. I've done some with Dr. Erica Schwartz from America, with Shabir on supplements. And those can all help you. And in a way, that's the last bit of, you know, that's the thing that's giving a sign that your hormones are out of flux. So it could be you're producing too much testosterone right now and not enough of the other ones. So there's things to balance out your hormone levels. Then really the process should help itself. And I would say in the meantime, yeah, Clinique anti-blemish routine, not going to help you really. It might be you need to do something like, I mean, for me, I would even say the Garden of Wisdom little routine for acne is good. I think niacinamide is good, but you're going to be menopausal, so you're dry and oily. I think taking good supplements is the most important thing in your diet. I really do. And a nice acid toner, keep your skin really clean. Brian Cairns, I've tried Inky List, Kate Sunville, The Ordinary and Medicaid, not seeing results except hydration. Brian, I don't know which products you're using and I don't know what your issues are, but Kate Sunville, I like some things and not others. The Ordinary, I think there's some good actives there. Singular, Medigate, I think, funnily enough, the more you pay in that brand, the better the results. Like the really expensive retinol, I've had incredible results from. The vitamin C 30%, I love, not 30%, but quite high up, I think it's good. And otherwise, I would say maybe it's time for you to go on to the subscription services like Derma Skin or something, I can't remember the name, somebody else might be on it here, where you can get prescription grade acylic acid and retinols and you can go on that journey, Brian, because it might be you're ready for that journey and you're like, you want to see more, and it's not enough what you're getting and your skin can take more. So, Hannah, if we can try and write down and remember that. It's the one that, do you remember when you weren't here when I did Wayne Goss live, but he mentioned it, and it's a subscription service for retinol. But we'll write it down at the end, Hannah.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Please, okay. You're using Kiehl's Hydro Plumping Retexturizing Serum. I like it as it's not oily. It does appear to make the skin look and feel smoother. If it's working for you, Tracy, that's great. Christine, the Ordinary Marine Hyaluronics is like a big glob of hydration for my skin. Hyaluronide Hydrate Density Mist is also amazing. Fantastic, Christine. I'm really glad you're getting on with them. Sunday Riley, Good Jeans, Jane Goodall, it's a winner. We know that. Winner, Michael Winner, dinner. SRCEO, Temple Spa Trophics, but I have a few sunspots I'd like to tackle. Jane, I think sunspots, really, that's kind of, as we get down that path of life, that I don't know if you watched the Sunspots film I did with Julia Hunter. It's really worth a watch. It will be on YouTube. It's on pigmentation. She talks about cause and effect and what happens to our skin, and between our epidermis and our dermis there's this layer of where our pigmentation sits, and as we get older, if we've had a lot of sun damage from when we were younger, that amalgamates and it comes out as a big old age spot. And she talks about all the things we can do to break that down, and there is a big relationship between bloody sugar and sunspots. Jane, don't know if you're having a glass of wine occasionally. I don't know what it is. Anyway, look at that. Watch that. It was such an eye-opener for me on pigmentation in menopausal women. Whoa, whoa. And she's coming on, by the way, to talk about spots soon. So anyone who's interested in spots, there is nobody better for me in terms of a doctor dermatologist than Julia Hunter. And we're going to have a big spot session this week or next week, Hannah. Do you remember?
Let me double check for you. I'll let you know now.
Okay. Trinny, you've got pigmentation. You're using Sunday Riley CEO Brightening Serum. That's lovely. I think, Emma, it's a beautiful serum. I adore it, but I don't think the vitamin C level is high enough to actually deal with pigmentation. So I would suggest using a slightly stronger vitamin C, like 30% the retinol. Allies Skin do an incredible 33%. But just do a double. Do a whammy, do something which is targeted vitamin C, strong microneedling. It will help. Morning from Malta, Trinny. Clarins Super Restorative Serum, not the double serum. Tried both, and the Super Restorative is miles better, but more expensive. It's a must-have. Deborah, thank you. I will go and buy the Clarins one and let you know what I think. Thank you very much, because yeah, it's really interesting to see what you're using. Jules, skin on the eyes. Currently using Medigate Crystal 3 Retinol under my eyes, and I feel probably nothing will have much effect. The Medigate Crystal 3 Retinol is good. I do think that if it's darker skin under the eyes, it's just skin under the eyes you're saying, but it's a difficult one, skin under the eyes. It just is thinner. But I do my normal serums right around everywhere, you know. I just use the serum and I always put it under my eye. And I think to remember always, ladies, over your eye too, because that skin gets sometimes lost in our whole regime. So I do think there are two eye serums that are very good. One is the Sunday Riley Autocorrect, which I think is great. The other one is Cosmetics, the crystal one, which is a bit green and weird looking. And it's incredible. It's the only one that I've seen with retinol that works well. You've used double serum by Clarins for years. Can you suggest a better alternative around the same price for £75? Jeanette, it's amazing Clarins is £75. Darling, I need to know what your issues are. That's the thing, because then I can really point you in the right direction. What creams do I use for my whole body? At the moment, I'm using Suzanne Kaufmann's Essence Moisturizer, which I love. I use Temple Spa Exfoliator for in the shower. And I use sometimes Santa Maria Novella Gardenia Cream as a little luxury treat. It's not so amazing in terms of helping to resurface skin of your body, but the smell is divine. And then I use most Amorolite body lotion because it has AHAs in it and it exfoliates your skin. And my body skin is not bad. It's quite soft, and I dry brush in the bath. Votary Blemish Set is on special offer, £140 instead of £200. Lorna, good to know. How are you finding that? Do tell us. Michelle De Silva, skin concern dryness using Dermalogica Phyto Replenish Oil. It has improved my skin so much. Great to know. Trisha, lovely to see you too. Exceptionally dry skin, very rough feeling in the morning. At night, I use Skin Ingredients, Skin Veg, and Skin Protein, which are two lovely products actually, and Skin Fats. I wonder, do you use an acid? This is the thing about people who have very dry skin, thinking they should only dump on hydration. You're dumping on so many heavy moisturizers at night. I wonder if that is actually, there's a woman called Eve Lom who doesn't own Eve Lom anymore, but she owned it for many years and she did incredible formulas. And then Space NK bought it, the company that owns Space NK Manzanita, and they made the brand much bigger and they commercialized it. And to me, it's lost what it was, totally. But Eve Lom had very strict belief systems around skincare, and what she believed was, at night, let your skin breathe. And it will otherwise never find its own pH balance level. And I think there's something to be said for that. So I do, at night, to me, use lighter things. I will use a retinol, which is a serum, not a heavy cream. and then I will use peptides. Or I use a sort of clear serum which has got very hydrating elements to it. I would never use a really heavy night cream. I just wouldn't. And I don't know. I just think you need to let your skin breathe. It's the time you're asleep. It's got most opportunity to regenerate. Give it the opportunity to regenerate and breathe. And then in the morning when you wake up, all the toxins will have managed to leave and go onto the top of the skin. I also think that if you have too heavy a cream on at night, the toxins somehow stay in the skin. I don't think barrier creams are for nighttime. I think barrier creams are for daytime. Rebecca, I need a serum for fine lines to improve any wrinkles. Any ideas? I would start, Rebecca, on a journey of a gentle retinol. I don't know how old you are, darling, but you know, the Beauty Pie Super Retinol is a lovely product. Sunday Riley has a lovely retinol product. Maybe it's time for you to begin that journey. And if you are going to use a retinol, you need to definitely be using an SPF 50 on your face, 30, 50 on your face. If you're in sun, 50 every day. Weather, 30. Very important. Darlings, I've got to go because I've got a meeting now. I'm sorry I haven't got through all the questions. It's been brilliant to listen to what you're using, and we'll do this, we'll keep doing this because I think it's really interesting to see what you're using, and I can get an understanding of it better and give you better options as well for different price points. But sending all my love, have a fantastic Wednesday, and we'll catch up again soon. Bye.